They never loved you the way they said, but you weren't crazy for believing it. Because in the beginning, they studied you, mirrored you, became everything you dreamed of until they didn't. And when the mask slipped, you were left wondering if it was ever real at all. Today, I'll walk you through the 4 stages of the narcissistic abuse cycle, not with textbook definitions, but with a real-world example you can't unsee. We're talking about one character who perfectly embodies it, Joe Goldberg from You on Netflix, and how this twisted anti-hero perfectly mirrors the patterns so many survivors have lived through. And I promise, by the end of this video, you'll not only recognize the pattern, you'll stop blaming yourself for not seeing it sooner. What is the narcissistic abuse cycle? It's a very predictable pattern. Whether you were in a romantic relationship, raised by a narcissistic parent, or dealt with one at work. The cycle follows 4 stages. 1. Idealize. 2. Devalue. 3. Discard. 4. Hoover. Each stage isn't just emotional. It rewires your reality. So let's break this down with real-life signs and fictional proof. In You, Joe seems perfect, attentive, romantic, obsessed. In a good way, at first. He studies Beck, follows her social media, listens, mirrors her taste, and quickly becomes the perfect man. Likes what she likes, says all the right things.
You're not like other girls. I've never felt this way about anyone.
This isn't love. This is love bombing. It's over-the-top attention to hook you fast. It's obsession disguised as soulmate energy. The narcissist builds fantasy intimacy fast, uses mirroring, love bombing, flattery, shared dreams. They don't love you. They love how you make them feel. In real life, they mirror your dreams, your wounds, your needs. Instant connection that feels too good to be true. Idealization tactics used. They future fake.
I see us getting married.
I've never felt so seen.
Why it works. They reflect back your best self and make you feel chosen, special, irreplaceable. Joe didn't fall in love with Beck. He fell in love with an idea of her and the role she could play in his fantasy. Suddenly the tone shifts. Joe begins criticizing Beck, tries to fix her friends, her writing, and invades her privacy. He starts seeing her flaws, judging her choices, acting controlling while justifying it as protective. Gaslights her subtly.
I didn't mean it that way.
Triangulates with Peach and others and starts to isolate her. The mask slips, and you're no longer the fantasy. They blame you for their discomfort. He calls it concern, but it's really judgment wrapped in control. Control replaces connection. I just want what's best for you actually equals I want what's best for me. In real life, you start feeling like you're walking on eggshells. Compliments become criticisms. Sudden criticism of how you talk, dress, think. Guilt tripping you for boundaries.
Why can't you just appreciate everything I do for you?
You're so sensitive.
You're not the same anymore.
Devaluation tactics used. Gaslighting kicks in. You question your memory, your choices, your worth. Devaluation isn't obvious. It's a slow erosion of your identity. They rewrite the rules, and when you protest, they make you feel like the villain for asking for respect. Eventually, the mask cracks completely. Joe disappears emotionally. Starts blaming Beck for everything. He cheats, lies, or just ghosts. But the emotional discard is already done. Beck starts chasing the version of Joe that no longer exists. The discard isn't always loud. Sometimes it's a cold fade. You feel abandoned, but also addicted.
Maybe if I just do XYZ, they'll come back.
And that's what keeps people stuck, chasing the version of them that never truly existed. Discard tactics used: silent treatment, stonewalling, disappearing acts, public humiliation or sudden cheating, ghosting. In real life, they stop responding. They twist the story so you look like the abuser. You spiral, thinking you must be the problem. You chase closure. but they already moved on. You think, so was I not enough? But the truth is, you were never the problem. The discard isn't just painful, it's psychologically shattering. It reopens every old wound that said you weren't worthy of love. Just when you try to heal, here they come.
I was thinking about you.
Let's meet and talk.
I've changed.
But nothing's changed, except that you've started pulling away and they feel it. Hoovering isn't about love, it's about control and supply. Joe does this too, popping back in just when Beck begins to move on. He uses guilt, memories and trauma bonding to suck Beck back in. Apologies aren't sincere, they're strategic. It's not about love, it's about control. In real life, it looks like a late night "I miss you" text, a surprise gift, a promise to go to therapy, or those big sweeping claims.
We are soulmates.
It's fate. The universe brought us back together.
We're meant to be together. I'm nothing without you.
But here's what's really going on. They're not feeling remorse, they're losing control. And this isn't healing. Hoovering is bait, a trap, dressed up like love. Hoovering tactics used, guilt-tripping.
You know I can't live without you.
Sweet emotional messages, followed by complete silence. Apologies that sound sincere, but somehow they're still all about them. If they were truly sorry, they'd change. But narcissists, they don't change, they adapt. They don't miss you, they miss your compliance. Why this cycle is so hard to escape? This cycle doesn't just repeat, it escalates. With each round, your sense of self erodes. Narcissists don't love in cycles, they conquer. Each stage is like emotional whiplash. One moment, you're the love of their life. The next, you're invisible. This creates trauma bonds. Your nervous system gets hooked on the highs and lows, confusing pain for passion. And over time, you begin to lose yourself, trying to keep their version of you alive. Joe may be fictional, but his manipulation is real and relatable. The scariest part, he doesn't think he's the villain, but hear me clearly. You weren't broken, you were just deeply human, and they took advantage of that. You are not crazy, you were conditioned, and you can break free. If you saw yourself in Beck, you're not alone. This cycle is designed to make you forget your worth, so they can feel powerful. But naming the cycle is how we break it. Understanding the cycle is the first step to breaking it. And the real healing? Rebuilding your truth and self-trust. If this helped you connect the dots, drop a heart in the comments. Check the pinned comment for my free Truth Tracker journal, a tool to document your reality and heal after gaslighting. Download the free Truth Tracker journal to help you validate what you lived through, spot red flags, sooner rebuild the truth they tried to erase. And if you want more breakdowns like this, subscribe now and I'll meet you in the next video. Why is narcissistic abuse so hard to recognize? You've got this. In case no one told you today, heart riser, but I want you to know you're not broken, you're healing, and you are worthy of the love you've always given to others.